With Dokkan Festival Bardock being confirmed to come next to Global Dokkan, I want to do a video discussing on what his celebration is looking like and what you can expect to see on Global Dokkan within the next week or two. Now, Bardock himself is very good, his animations are crazy, and his banner kind of sucks, but I mean, we'll talk about that in a second. However, his celebration also isn't really the craziest. Compared to a lot of other celebrations, it is a little lacking, but majority of the units are very good, and as I said, Bardock himself is pretty great. So yeah, before we get into the video though, just make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. We are a little over 700 subscribers, which is just crazy, so thanks a ton for that. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So here we have the Bardock celebration. Now we've got some login bonuses and some missions, which always a W because of course it's just free stuff. And with the Dokkan Festival banner, you've heard a bunch of people talk about this. It's a skip. I mean, Bardock himself is good. Definitely will provide a ton of value in difficult content, especially with the Scouter. But Tora is, I don't know, he's a little bit more mediocre. If you have him on the right team, he can look pretty impressive, but you have to go out of your way to do that, and that can be difficult. But, you know, Majin Vegeta is pretty good, and then the rest of the banner is just kind of a fumble. I wouldn't say this is worth summoning on at all, especially because we have Sunday coming out in less than a month, and that banner is, I mean, almost guaranteed going to have at least like double the value of this. So I would say skipping this is probably the right decision, but maybe if you really like Bardock, throwing a multi or two in this banner, it might not be the worst decision, but just don't go too deep in this banner because it's really not worth it. But moving on, we've got a new Dokkan event, which obviously we always get that when we get a new Dokkan Festival. We've got some missions. Now these are going to be pretty easy to get. All you need to do is rainbow the free-to-play Ginyu Force squad and then the free-to-play Team Bardock squad, and then you get some Dragon Stones and some Elder Kais. We got some Dragon Stone sales right here, which always good because if you are summoning on Bardock, just makes it to where you don't have to spend as much money. We've got this event being renewed right here, so basically this just makes it to where you can get some skill orbs for the free-to-play Team Bardock squad and the Ginyu Force. And if you run those teams a lot, so maybe for free-to-play, or you just don't have a lot of good units, so you have to use the free-to-play teams, then grinding up some skill orbs for them is probably going to be really smart, just to make them look more impressive. And then next we have this event right here, which if you're not aware about what this is, basically just bring a bunch of AoE units and just destroy through these phases, and then you get some pretty good rewards. I mean, as you can see right here, you get some Dragon Stones, some Elder Kais, some stickers, or you get one sticker, some Incredible Gems, Zenny, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of stuff. So definitely a really good event right here. And Pure Sands is I mean, you know, one of the best categories in the game, so it's not going to be difficult whatsoever. And then next right here, we've got some returning story events. I mean, maybe if you haven't like farmed up some of the free-to-play units, this is your opportunity to do that. So of course that is pretty useful. And then we have a new category mission for every single one of the legendary events. Basically, just complete them all with a low-class warrior team, which I feel like is going to be pretty easy because we did just have Kid Goku, who's on that category. We've got Bardock right now, who obviously is coming out. And then we've got the Tora. We've got a lot of free-to-play units on there. You know, there's a free-to-play Bardock squad. So I really don't think there's going to be any difficulties with completing those missions right there. So just some free stones. We've got an Ultimate Clash, which obviously is really good. Some free stones again. We've got the Elder Kai banner, which you shouldn't really be summoning on, but if you really need Kais, I guess there is that. And then we've got the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock getting an Easy A. Now, I am going to go over their details at the end of the video, so if you want to just skip to that, I'll leave timestamps. But I will also be doing a team building guide on this guy's Easy A event. But if you don't want to watch that, then just basically run this category, stored figures, and you'll honestly just destroy the event. It shouldn't really be that difficult. And then we also have some sub Easy A's, which I'll also go over their details at the end of the video, because they're actually really crazy. We've got the Easy A banner for the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. You should skip that. That's going to be a horrible banner. Same thing with the category summon right here. And then we've got Dokkan events becoming available daily. Honestly, all Dokkan events should be available daily, just all the time. But, I mean, I guess it's nice we're getting some of these available permanently for a limited time. And also, we've got a new chain battle. I don't really think this is that difficult. Let me pull it up really quick just to check it out. It is Frieza, so I would assume it would be like stored figures and like Pure Sands and... Okay, yeah, so Pure Sands, low-class warrior, and stored figures. Okay, cool. So just bring a lot of these people and you should be fine. I don't really think it's going to be that difficult. And then we do have a new Extreme Super Battle Road. I'm pretty sure that this would be Final Trump Card, I think, because we just had Super Saiyans. So yeah, it would be Final Trump Card. Okay. I guess technically we could just get a Super Battle Road stage instead, but most likely we'll get an Extreme Super Battle Road stage. and it's going to be final trump card, which is going to be extremely easy. Shouldn't really have any difficulties with this. So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much is it. Kind of a smaller campaign, like I said. But overall, I mean, a lot of free stuff, a lot of good units, so it's worth participating in. But, I mean, yeah, with all that said, let's go ahead and start talking about the easy A's. So right here, we have the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Now, his leader skill is pretty good. I mean, Super Saiyan 3 category, 170% across the board, is definitely good. I'm pretty sure this guy is the best Super Saiyan 3 lead, so there is that. And 30% defense on super attack effect. He seals, which is good, you know, obviously for like super battle road. This guy does get some ki, which is great for TURs, so you're pretty much always going to be getting this guy's super attack off. He gets 100% attack and defense. He gets 100% attack and defense when performing a super attack. He gives all super class allies 50% attack. So that is very good. He's going to be making everyone hit a lot harder on the rotation. This guy does also get a guaranteed additional when there's a Power Beyond Super Saiyan category ally in the same turn, which, I mean, looking at this guy's categories, you're pretty much always going to be running an ally that's on Power Beyond Super Saiyan, so I don't think that's going to be difficult. And yeah, overall, a really solid easy A. I'll admit he could have been a little bit better. There's some things that make it to where in slot 1 he's going to get absolutely destroyed, but as long as you get the multiple supers off with him, then, you know, with the support, he's going to be looking pretty good overall. And then, yeah, moving on to the sub-easy A's. These are crazy. So we've got the Tech Bardock right here. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not really the crazy one. More specifically, one of them is really good. But the Tech one is alright. I mean, he gets 30% attack and defense per Tech Key Sphere obtained, which is pretty good because he is changing Key Spheres into Tech. He does get some attack and defense on super attack. And, I mean, if you get 8 Key Spheres with him, I mean, he'll look pretty good. So overall, a pretty good unit, but nothing too crazy. Same thing with the STR Super Saiyan 2 Bardock. This guy is going to be looking good once he's fully built up, because he does build up to 180% attack and he builds up to 180% defense, and then he starts off with 180% attack and defense. So, I mean, his stats are going to get pretty good, but there's not really anything else like with that. Like, he doesn't have guard, dodge, damage reduction, anything like that. So, he's just going to be a high stat unit, which typically aren't really that good, because then the stats, of course, just age out once power creep hits them, and then they don't really become useful. But still, this guy could be very good for now. I mean, he's going to be hitting hard because he's raising attack for 6 turns, and he does have the chance to stun. So overall, I would say this guy's going to be good. But moving on to the one that everyone is really looking forward to, we have the Physical Super Saiyan Bardock. Now, this guy gets 50% defense on super attack effect, so that is obviously a huge amount. He does have a guaranteed seal, so in Super Battle Road, obviously you could just make it to where an enemy won't super attack at all for the rotation. This guy does also get 318% defense start of turn. I don't know why they chose that number, that is very specific, but that is a very high defensive start of turn buff, so that is for sure really good. And then this guy does get 180% attack when performing a super, so that is a good amount. He'll be hitting reasonably hard. And then he does give all allies 2 ki and 30% attack and defense, and he guards all attacks after he receives an attack. And then once you have the guard activated, and then you receive another attack, he gets another 30% defense. So overall, this guy is going to be a tank. He is not going to be taking any damage whatsoever, especially after you start receiving attacks, more specifically the first 2 attacks, so you get the guard and the 30% defense. But yeah, overall, a very good unit. I would say all of them are definitely very good, but this guy does stand out a lot more compared to the others. I mean, honestly, this guy is probably even better than the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. But before we call it a video, I do want to go over the Banner Unit Tora and the Dokkan Fest Bardock details. I have no idea how I forgot about them. They're pretty much the main units, but anyway, starting off with the Tora, his leader skill is Stored Figures, category Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 130%. So not really a great leader skill, but I mean, he's a banner unit. I didn't really expect much. His super attack effect is that he raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, and then raises superclass allies by 30% attack. So I mean, that's pretty good. And then his passive is he gets 2 ki, 150% attack and defense, 50% attack and defense when performing a super attack, 20% attack and defense per Stored Figures category ally on the team, up to 100%. He gets chance of performing a critical hit, chance of evading enemy's attack, and then damage reduction by 10% per Team Bardock category ally on the same turn. He gives Stored Figures category Ki +3, attack and defense plus 30%, and then he gives all allies attack and defense plus 30%, in addition when your team has an ally whose name includes Bardock in the same turn. So a really good support. He's going to get some really good damage reduction, dodge chance, and crit chance when your team has a lot of Team Bardock allies. So as long as you got him on the right team, this guy is going to be looking pretty good. And then here we have the Dokkan Fest Bardock. Now this guy's leader skill is Goku family or stored figures, category key +3, HP attack and defense plus 170%, and then the extra 30% to stats goes to pure sands. So a really good leader skill. Every single Goku is going to be under the full 200%, so of course that is very good. This guy's super attack effect is that he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and then causes immense damage to enemy. His passive skill is that he of course activates the entrance animation. He randomly changes key spheres of 1 key sphere type to rainbow key spheres, so that is very good. He gets 70% attack, and then he foresees the enemy's super attack from 5 turns from start of turn when there's an ally whose name includes Goku or an enemy whose name includes Frieza. This guy gets 2 key and 150% attack and defense. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 40% with each super attack performed up to 120%. He becomes effective against all types with 1 rainbow key sphere. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% with 2 rainbow key spheres. And then he does a guaranteed crit with 3. So overall, a lot of really good stuff in here. The guaranteed crit is nice. The Scouter, of course, is really useful. And when you're fully built up with him, I feel like after you super attack, this guy actually is going to look kind of impressive, even defensively. So overall, just a very good unit. This guy's active skill condition is that it can be activated from the 3rd turn with 3 or more Team Bardock category allies on the team, or when HP is 50% or less starting from the 5th turn. And the effect is that it causes ultimate damage to enemy within the turn activated, and then all attacks become crits. So overall, a really good unit. He's definitely not the best Dokkan Fest, but he is still very good. And Banner Unit Tora can put in some work depending on what team you have him on. So yeah, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of this celebration and of these units. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one.